Peace and grace to you, beloved. You're not here by accident. There's no mistake in your timing. Something divine brought you here, because something sacred is being spoken over your life right now. This is not just a video. It's a confirmation wrapped in a whisper, a divine alignment written before time began. Heaven is speaking, and it's calling your heart to listen closely. You may have been feeling it lately, a tug in your spirit, a quiet restlessness, as if something is about to shift, but you can't quite name it. You may have noticed signs, small moments, dreams, flashes of memory, as if someone has been trying to reach you without words. That's not your imagination. That's the movement of the Spirit. There's a sacred truth trying to reach you today, one that's been hidden behind silence, behind delay, behind uncertainty. But now it's rising. Now it's time. Heaven says, someone is ready to confess what their heart has held for too long, and you are meant to hear it. Type, I receive, in the comments if your spirit bears witness. Let this be the beginning of your confirmation. Angels are speaking, and what they're saying is clear. Someone has carried unspoken feelings for you. Deep, tender, and long-hidden truths are about to find their voice. They were silent for a season. They pulled away. They hesitated when they should have reached out. But it wasn't because the love wasn't real. It was because they didn't yet know how to hold something so sacred. Heaven wants you to understand. This isn't random. This person, who lingers in your thoughts, who shows up in dreams, who crosses your spirit even in quiet moments, they're not just part of your memory. They're part of your unfolding. They've been carrying a truth that has weighed heavily on their heart, a truth about what they felt, what they feared, and what they're finally ready to release. Your spirit already knows it. That's why you've been sensing a shift. That's why your soul has felt unsettled yet alert. It's not confusion, it's preparation. Heaven has been stirring this moment, orchestrating the perfect time for the unspoken to be revealed. And now, the silence is breaking. Now, the heart is ready. Someone is about to confess, not out of pressure, not out of impulse, but from a place of truth. This is a holy moment unfolding in real time. You've been through seasons that left you questioning your worth. People walked away when you needed them to stay. Conversations ended mid-sentence. Connections that once felt divine suddenly felt distant. But heaven saw it all. None of it was wasted. None of it was forgotten. The heartbreak, it was never meant to destroy you. It was a clearing, a divine rearrangement, a painful but necessary shift to make room for what is true. You've asked, why did they pull away? Why did it feel so real, only to disappear? But the answer isn't found in their silence. It's found in God's sovereignty. He allowed what was unstable to shake. He permitted what was temporary to dissolve, not because he was punishing you, but because he was preparing you. You were never being rejected. You were being redirected. And now that the soil of your heart has been broken open, something deeper can take root, something honest, something whole. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Pause and breathe. Let that truth anchor you. Everything that left was making room for what's coming. Beloved, what you thought was a loss was actually a sacred clearing. You didn't lose people. You didn't lose chances. Heaven was removing distractions, distortions, and delays, so that divine alignment could finally take shape. Sometimes, what looks like rejection is really protection. What feels like delay is divine development. God has been moving in unseen ways, shifting pieces in the spiritual realm, so that what is truly meant for you will arrive unhindered, untainted, and unshaken. You've been asking, why did it have to fall apart first? The answer is simple. Foundations had to be healed before covenant could be built. This is not chaos. This is coordination. Heaven is meticulous. When God moves, He removes anything that threatens your destiny. Even the silence you felt. It wasn't abandonment. It was holy strategy. God was teaching you to hear beyond noise, to trust the whisper, not just the words. And now, the path is being cleared. The fog is lifting. Heaven is making space for what belongs. No more counterfeits. No more confusion. Only covenant. Let that sink in. You are not being overlooked. You are being positioned. And what's coming? It needed this space. You may not see it with your natural eyes yet, but your spirit has already started noticing the signs. Dreams have become more vivid. You wake up with names, faces, or places imprinted on your soul. You've been feeling nudges to revisit an old memory, to reach out, or to simply wait without knowing why. There have been divine echoes, songs, numbers, words, repeated in strange but sacred timing. Conversations that feel too perfect to be coincidence. Moments that stop you in your tracks and whisper, "This is part of something bigger." That's not your imagination. That's alignment. That's heaven saying, "I'm working behind the veil." You may feel a sudden urge to go somewhere, to a place you hadn't planned to visit. Pay attention. Your spirit is being guided. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and He delighteth in His way. Heaven does not operate in chaos. Everything is coordinated with care. Every whisper, every pause, every stirring in your chest, it all means something. So don't ignore the little things. Don't dismiss the seemingly random. You're not being teased by signs. You're being invited into revelation. Let your awareness sharpen. The signs are not coming. They're already here. Beloved, you've questioned if you're too late, if maybe you missed your moment, if you're too broken, too soft, too sensitive for a love like this. But heaven wants to heal that lie. You are not too much. You are not behind. And what's meant for you does not require performance, only presence. You've carried wounds that shaped your self-worth. You've replayed conversations in your head, wondering what you could have said differently, how you could have held on a little tighter. But the truth is, this was never about your ability to hold them. It was about divine timing. And God has not forgotten you. Your pain was not wasted. Every tear you cried in silence, every moment you surrendered when it hurt, it all became the soil for something sacred to grow. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Let that word rest in your chest. Say it aloud if you need to. I am not too late. I am right on time for what's mine. This isn't the end of your story. This is where it begins again. With truth, with healing, with heaven's hand upon your heart. Now listen closely. because the one your soul has longed for is not a fantasy. They are real. They are breathing. And heaven has been working in their life, too. They've walked through their own valley. They've been tested by fire, not just so they could survive, but so they would know how to cherish. They carry scars you'll never see, but those wounds have taught them how to love with intention. They've prayed for someone like you, not just to fill a void, but to walk beside them in purpose. You are not chasing someone who isn't ready. You are being aligned with someone who has been prepared. This is not a fleeting connection. This is covenant, a bond forged in divine timing, not rushed by flesh. They are learning, growing, healing, so they can meet you from a place of strength, not survival. And just as you've waited with hope, they've waited with faith. They've wondered if someone like you could truly exist. Now, heaven is answering both of your hearts at once. Let this truth settle in. They're not coming to complete you. They're coming to walk with you, whole soul to whole soul. No pretending. No performance. Just promise. When they appear, it won't be chaos. It won't be confusion. There will be a stillness, a deep peace in your spirit that whispers, "This is them," not because everything is perfect, but because everything feels aligned. Their presence won't make you question your worth. It will affirm it. Their words won't stir anxiety. They will speak life to your soul. You won't need to force it. You won't have to chase. There will be a divine ease, a sacred rhythm that doesn't demand, but invites. Your spirit will recognize theirs, like a key fitting into a lock. There will be a knowing, a quiet confirmation that doesn't come from logic, but from love, and the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. They may not look like what you expected. They may not come in the wrapping your mind imagined. But your soul will not be surprised. Your soul has already met them in dreams, in prayers, in moments of sacred waiting. There will be a softness in the space between you. No striving. No pretending. Just peace. So when that peace arrives, pause. Feel it, and let your heart say, "This is what I've been waiting for." Now it's time to shift the atmosphere, not just by hearing the word, but by speaking it into your life. Say this out loud, even if your voice trembles. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. Say it again, with faith, with fire, with full surrender. Type it in the comments as your public agreement. This is not just a phrase. It's a prophetic act. You're telling heaven, "I believe. I receive. I am aligned." Your words carry weight. Your agreement activates movement. And when you declare what heaven is doing, you invite it into full manifestation. Don't just hope. Declare. Don't just wait. Align. Speak it. Type it. Let heaven hear your yes. Something is already shifting around you. The moment you came into agreement, heaven began to move in motion. You are not waiting for the breakthrough. You are walking into it. Right now, timelines are being rearranged. Delays are being overturned. Doors that once resisted are beginning to respond. This is not imagination. This is manifestation. Your yes activated a wave in the spirit. Every prayer, every tear, every moment of surrender is echoing back now with divine fulfillment. Heaven is not passive about your promise. It is intentional, strategic, precise. You may feel a quickening in your heart, a lightness in your spirit, or even a quiet assurance you can't explain. That's confirmation. The realignment has begun. God is not a tease. He does not stir hope only to withhold. He stirs it to signal fulfillment. Even now, pieces are moving. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered. Your presence is being prepared in someone's heart. What once felt stagnant is now infused with momentum. So take a deep breath and walk as though it's already done, because in the realm of the Spirit, it is. Beloved, you are not the only one who has been waiting. On the other side of this divine thread is a heart that has been calling out for you, even before they knew your name. They've had nights where sleep wouldn't come, nights they cried out to God. Is there someone who sees the world like I do? Is there someone who will love me fully, truthfully, patiently? And heaven heard them, just as it heard you. They've been walking through their own preparation. Not all of it has been graceful. Some of it has been painful. But every storm they endured softened the edges of pride and taught them how to cherish what's sacred. They are learning to speak with gentleness, to lead with humility, to give with open hands instead of clenched fists. They've also wondered if they missed their chance, if real love was too far gone. But God has kept your paths separate until now, not as punishment, but as preparation. You've both been refined in different fires, but it's the same divine flame that shaped you. So when you meet, you won't just recognize each other, you'll understand each other. You'll say, "You waited too?" And the answer will be yes. Every part of them will say yes to you. Here's what heaven wants you to know next. They may not look like what you imagined. They might not match the image you built in your mind, or the list you once wrote down in quiet desperation. But they will be everything you didn't know you needed, not because of appearances, but because of essence. Their soul will feel like peace. Their presence will feel like home. Man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. Don't miss the blessing, because it's wrapped in humility, kindness, and quiet strength. This love won't shout for attention. It won't flash and disappear. It will stay. It will see you. It will speak life, not just passion. You may be tempted to overlook them, but pause. Listen. Their soul carries your answer. Their eyes will hold recognition, not of a stranger, but of a promise. This is not a fantasy, but a divine assignment. And heaven never sends the package late, only differently than expected. This union is not just about comfort. It's about calling, not just about holding hands, but about holding space for healing, growth, and legacy. Heaven didn't align your paths just so you could feel loved, but so that love could become a vessel for divine purpose. Together, you will awaken things in each other that have slept for years. Dreams buried by disappointment will rise again. Voices once silenced by fear will begin to sing. You will not just build a relationship. You will build a mission, a generational shift, a spiritual legacy. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly, above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. Your connection will heal more than just each other. It will heal bloodlines. It will restore trust in love. For those who've only seen it break them, you'll speak life into communities, light into darkness, and love into places that forgot what it felt like. This isn't just a romantic promise. It's a divine partnership, where covenant replaces convenience, where calling carries both of you forward, into something bigger than either of you alone. When you come together, you'll feel it, not just in your hearts, but in your spirits, knowing this was heaven's idea all along. It's time to seal this moment with power, purpose, and prophecy. Say this out loud, not as a wish, but as a spiritual agreement. I am prepared and expecting what heaven has aligned for me. Say it again. This time, let your spirit rise. Let the words break through doubt, through delay, through every lie that said love wasn't meant for you. Now type it in the comments. Prepared and expecting. This is not just a phrase. It's your confirmation. It's your activation. When you type it, you release it. When you say it, you receive it. The heavens respond to expectancy. Your faith moves timelines. Your agreement opens doors. So stand in your yes. Stand in your readiness. You are not too early. You are not too late. You are perfectly aligned with what God has already written. Say it once more, with boldness, with belief, prepared and expecting. Beloved, you are not being teased by heaven. You are being trusted. This word is not just a comfort. It is a confirmation, a divine whisper saying, it's closer than you think. You've waited well. You've grown in silence. You've believed even when nothing around you said to. And now, heaven is responding. What's coming is not just good. It is God. It is sacred. It is steady. Let this be your sign, your soft unfolding, your still, small voice moment that says, you were never forgotten. The promise is alive. The preparation has purpose. The person is real, and the timing is divine. So rest, not in fear, but in faith, not in striving, but in surrender. You don't have to chase this. It's already chasing you. You don't have to force it. It's already formed. Let peace be your proof. Let this word be your witness, and let your spirit know. This is already on its way, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what God has ordained.